anybody here ever wanted to run away from home? How about work? In 2009, I finally accepted the fact that I'd never been able to get my life working on the level I wanted it to. I'd read self-help books by the dozen, escaped to the murder mysteries, escaped to the fantasies, and even lived in some of them. But I just wasn't able to get my life working how I wanted and needed it to. I wanted to know for what purpose I was put here on this planet. Not why you were put here, not why Kathy was put here, not why people come to this planet, but why I needed to be born in this time in this place. And I wasn't finding that in Texas, wasn't finding it with my family. Not their fault. Family and friends have a vested interest in maintaining the status quo. And they decided a long time ago I was a square where they really needed a round circle. I tried to make it work for years. I'd always been a good girl, did what I was told, didn't rock the boat much. Even though I worked throughout high school, when I graduated and went looking for a job, I kept getting told, you don't have any experience. So I finally got a job and got some experience and looking for another job. And I kept getting told, you don't have any education. After hearing this for a number of years, I went back to college, got my bachelor's degree, and again I went looking for a job, only to be told, you don't have any experience in your field. At that point I decided this wasn't a game I was going to play any longer. I did find another job, well-paying, kept working, got married. There's a club everybody raves about, but when I joined, that didn't fix the problem either. I was still stuck in a box, feeling like a mime. Really feeling like a mime. So anyway, I'd always planned to write a novel. I got a few chapters down. My sister had said, why don't you take this self-hypnosis class with me? And in a visualization exercise, a badger walked across the beach into my life, and nothing has been the same since. I stopped working on my first book to write part of the badger story. And people liked it. People I'd never even met really liked it. But something still wasn't quite right. I thought, I considered, I weighed the pros and cons. July the 1st, 2009, a day that will live in infamy. Or ecstasy, depending on who you ask. I started firing everything and everybody with great fervor.
There you go.
I fired my husband, the home we built together, one of our cats, the city I'd lived in for 28 years, and the state I'd lived in for 32. A few days later, I threw some necessities and some fun stuff into my car, and along with Kat, I did a divorce, and all her paraphernalia made the Mexico border by nightfall, the New Mexico border. I spent the next few months traveling 6,000 miles through Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, and California. I settled in Los Angeles, western part of Los Angeles County. With the same cat, who's still my friend, but that's another story. Things in Los Angeles didn't go quite like I planned. It was LA, they never do. Thought I had a place to live, that fell through. Thought I had a business partner, that fell through. Lost some money, got sick, had some major trauma, and some fabulous experiences. No known celebrities were involved. I was sick for several months. When I was able to travel, I went to Santa Fe, New Mexico to do some more book research. It's very insular there, and I wasn't really meeting anybody, so I was getting a little discouraged. And I decided I was going to visit my parents in Texas because they had asked me several times to come down and see them. My sister had come to the Orlando area, and she wanted me to come here, but Florida wasn't really calling me like New Mexico and California had. I told her I was going to go visit my parents in Texas, and then I would make a decision. She called me back 20 minutes later and said, I'm coming to get you. Now I'm in Florida. I've recently connected with almost the perfect job for me. And I have a good idea of why I'm here and what I really need to accomplish with my life. much better. And I do it again in a minute. I'm much happier now, much more content. I rarely look back. Here's to the future.
Oh.